Hi there, this video is about how to write a methodology, and our goal is to learn the sort of steps and what to include in a methodology. So by the end of the video I want you to understand what a methodology is, understand the purpose of a methodology, and then use the information to begin to write a methodology. First thing we start off, we've got to remember we're conducting scientific research, which means we have a hypothesis, we have a title, and basically what we're trying to do is to find an answer to that title. What the methodology does is it allows you to explain how you're going to test or prove or disprove the question. We're going to be using quantitative data, so we're going to go out to the field and measure certain aspects like water quality. We're going to look at different types of vegetation. Therefore, we've got to explain to our readers how we went about conducting the research, because what's going to happen, we're going to be asked how valid, how reliable our data is, and that's where we look at our methodology and we make sure that we've explained it step by step, so that someone else could pick your report up and do the research again, and that's why the sort of the way you write a methodology is a step-by-step guide. It's very formal. It's almost like the same as a methodology in a cookbook. Step 1, you do this. Step 2, you do this. And it's the same way as you write a methodology in science. So when we come to write a methodology, it's very important that we look at the different types of experiments we're going to do, such as water testing, and you go away and explain how you're going to do it, where you're going to do it, why you're going to do it, and how is it going to answer the question. So it's really important factor of your investigation, which you'll come back to when you evaluate your research methods. So that's really important that we do that. So when we're writing our methodology, we need to work out obviously the type of data that we're going to use. We're going to have to write every single step clearly, precisely, using grammatically correct sentences, and making sure that anyone else could pick up your work and do the experiments for themselves. You can, if you want, do it in bullet points, but again, we've got to use our nouns properly. We've got to start our sentences with capitals, end them with full stops. You can use diagrams, you can use annotated pictures to help you explain the process. But remember, we're using quantitative data. We've got to be able to reproduce our results. So that's why looking at our methods and explaining what you do is true, and that if you repeated this, you'd get exactly the same outcomes. Okay, so I hope that's a short little video explaining what a methodology is. Remember, you've got quite a few weeks before your deadline. Write out your methodology, get me to have a little look at it in a draft, get some feedback, and then we can make some minor changes. Okay, thanks.